Kerim. Allah ya Kerim.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل Allah Jalla wa Ala Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is talking to us through the Holy Quran, to people who believe. He is creating us and sending us to this world, and He is sending His orders to us, saying, I have created you, and this is the orders that we have to follow to be able to live comfortable and correctly in this world, and to prepare yourself to go back to your original home. This is only temporary place, this dunya. What everybody is fighting for this dunya. But it is only temporary. How much? What is the temporary? It's only 3 days. 3 days. The intelligent man has to think. It is only 3 days old. Yes. Yesterday is past. 1. Tomorrow is unknown. We are preparing for tomorrow, but we are not knowing if we are going to reach for tomorrow. It's another day. 2. And today. 3. When you reach to tomorrow, if you reach to tomorrow, because tomorrow is unknown, it's a big question mark. If you reach tomorrow, you have to know again, this world is only 3 days. If you make it 4 days, you are in trouble. If you're making this world into 4 days, thinking, yes, what about tomorrow? What I'm going to do next day? What I'm going to do following day? You are in trouble. Especially today, today's world and today's people, they are in endless and deepless troubles. They are entering. Why? Because originally they broke themselves from the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What He created the man, and He sent a booklet to that man saying, to get the best of it from this physical body, these are the laws. These are the do's and don'ts. Do this and run away from this. This is not for you. Why the people, 21st century people, they are in big trouble, deepless and endless troubles? Because they left the Sharia of Allah. They left the law, what is Sharia. They coming to be scary with that, saying, oh, today Muslims, they running in the streets saying, oh, I don't want Sharia. MashaAllah. What do you want? The man-made law. You got it. The man-made law is just like this. Fits to some, it doesn't fit to some. What is justice? Everyone running, saying, I want justice. I want my rights. I want... What is justice? Justice, what Islam is saying. Leave what the other law books are saying. Justice is to put everything to its place. To give everybody their rights. Not according to their ego. According to the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So everyone running, saying, I want my rights. This is my rights. Good. You know your rights. So you know that this kind of laws is not going to give you your rights. So why are you running away from the laws of Allah, meaning the Sharia of Allah? If you want your rights 100%, first you have to give the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your creator first. What is his rights? He is telling us what to do. He's sending messages to us through his books, and he didn't left only books. If he would have left only books, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is powerful enough to send one book to everyone from the heavens, saying this is your book. They don't have to go to school too. Instantly they can read their book. He didn't. He sent prophets. Then he sent the messengers to the prophets. Jibril alayhi salam came. He is the messenger between prophets and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where is the station of Jibril alayhi salam? Do you know? Do you understand? Who's Jibril? He's an angel. Allah Jalla wa ala subhanahu wa ta'ala calling the man Hazreti Insan. He is giving Khilafat. He is making the man to be his Khalifa on the face of earth. And look at the situation that 21st century people they have falling into. Look at it. Look at yourself. Look what you are busy with. Don't look others when I say look at it. Look at yourself. And look what you are busy with. And say to yourself, I am Hazreti Insan. And Allah Jalla wa ala made me to be his Khalifa. And Jibril alayhi salam makes sajda to me. Yes. You remember? You don't. You remember when Allah Jalla wa ala subhanahu wa ta'ala, he created the man and he said to the angels, now make sajda. All the angels, they make sajda. To Adam alayhi salam, to you. All the angels, including Jibril alayhi salam, everyone in it, they make sajda. Except one. He wasn't from the angel world, but he reached to the station to teach angels. He was teaching angels. He became the teacher of the angels. His name was Azazil. He turned to become Shaitan, the cursed one that would have been cursed and kicked away from divine presence. That Shaitan, he became disobedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to his order. And disobedience, it was not for Allah's order to him. It was the order that he is giving order to him to make sajda to others. And every angel did it except him, except that one, and became disobedient one to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to his order. He was making sajda to Allah. He didn't make sajda to his order, to say, make sajda to others. He didn't make sajda to that. He says, no, I am only making sajda to you. I'm not making sajda to anything else. That's what Shaitan said. And Allah Jalla wa Ala saying to him, you are making sajda to me. You are making sajda to my order. I am ordering to you to make sajda to others. He insisted. He became stubborn on the wrong action. First action was wrong. Second action became worse than the first, because he became stubborn and arrogant, and is continuing since that day until now, continuing stubborn and arrogant. Is stubborn and arrogant, not making sajda. If he goes to Adam alayhi salam's tomb now and making sajda, he's going to be forgiven. He is not making. He is being stubborn and arrogant. 21st century people, majority, it's carrying this sickness now, the stubbornness. Where do you think that is going to bring you? Allah Jalla wa Ala, everyone saying Allah love his people. He's not punishing them through. Allah created you. Allah created us through his love. He didn't create us to put us into the fire. He is not putting us into the fire. He created the fire too. He gave us intelligence. And he gave us the taste of the fire, saying to us, don't go that side, that is fire. You are entering to the fire. You are entering by your own self, with your own will in your hand. Majority running toward that side. Who are these? These are the people who is being disobedient to the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What he says to them, do, they don't. They leave it. What he says to them, don't do, they run to it. These are the people. So now we have to look at ourselves. You have to look at yourself. Don't sit to think that, oh, I have reached to safety. Safety has not reached to you yet. You didn't give your last breath yet. How you are giving your last breath, that's what you gotta look. How you are going out from this world, that's what you have to be busy. The awliya Allah is busy, the prophets, they were busy. Who are you? Who are you to run? To do the things that Allah is saying to you, don't do. And you are doing it, then why not to turn around to ask forgiveness? What is stopping you? Shaitan. Shaitan saying, no, you cannot do that. You are right. That's why today everyone is mad. And everyone saying, I want my rights. And everyone running saying, there is no justice here, no justice there. If there will be no justice in this world, you are one of the troublemakers. You are one of the person that who's making this world to become like this. You are one of the person that who's making this world to become unjust. Because first thing, you are not being just with yourself and with your Lord. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created you and I. For what? For His service. He has created us to know Him and to worship. This is the reason of creation. This is the reasoning that why you have been created. So check your daily life. Check your yesterday. And check your planning for tomorrow. And look at today. How did I live today? Did I live according to the laws of my Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Or I live according to my ego? If you live according to your ego, say astaghfirullah and turn around and make intention to become better one for tomorrow. Tomorrow you might not be successful, but at least you will be counted from that book that made intention. This one made intention to be a good one. Yes. Just a little bit hot. Everyone is off. It is so hot. Don't you have air conditioning here? You don't. We don't have air conditioning. A little bit taste. Yes, it's too hot. Do you think, do you know that you're going to enter to the grave? Or you want to leave that completely to the end? You don't want to think. Just like new generations now, new parents, they're teaching their children not to remember, not to see, not to go to funerals, not to do nothing. Saying, no, don't remember this. Why? Because if you're remembering there, you're not going to be able to live very wild. Something is going to stop you. So don't remember, very wild. And while you are living like that, Shaitan, the angel of death, may just reach to you. And where are you going? You know by yourself. That's what the Prophet is saying. The way you live, that's how you will die. The way you will die, that's how you will be buried. The way you will bury, that's how you will rise to the judgment. Are you believing that there is a judgment place? Are you believing that there is a judgment day? Are you believing that there is a day that you're just going to get up to be counted? If you are not believing on that day, then why you are asking rights? What's rights you have? What is the rights that you're looking for? If you are not believing in the judgment day, if you are not believing that there is Allah, Creator, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, and He's going to question you one day, what you did and why you did it. What was your intention with the actions that you did it? If you don't believe on that, you shouldn't be running for your rights in the dunya too. You should be living by coincidence. To say, it's okay, today is this way, tomorrow is another way. And die. But you are one, you want to live, you want to believe. The unbelievers also, they're forcing themselves to believe that day. They really believe because they're running for justice. But every justice is not according to your own head. Every incident that is happening to you, it's not according to your head. It's according to the laws that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made on you. So if you are not knowing that, if you're far distance from that, definitely you're going to complain 24 hours a day. And more complain you do, more trouble you get into. Every single day, people, they get into worse situation. Every single day, because people, the governments, nations, and the whole world is running top speed into unknown, endless and deepless troubles, just like a black, as they said, calling black hole, swallowing everything in it, endlessly, every single day, running. Whose fault is it? You are the part. You are one. You are one who's making this world. You are one part in it. So, if you started from there, slowly, and if you start correcting yourself, not correcting yourself according to your ego again, to say, yes, what is it that I have to do? Why I have been created? Who put me to this world? And what is it that He wants from me? If you start asking these questions, then you'll be able to escape from the whispering of Shaitan coming to you 24 hours a day with the wrong questionings, wrong whisperings. What about this and what about that? Because people, they are busy in their life with the wrong actions, with the wrong things. They are watching television. They are seeing incident on the television. Everyone is raising their own idea in it, into the matter, but they have no knowledge about their own. Whatever the knowledge they see on the television, say CNN said. So CNN is the biggest liar. Why you believe? Why you have to believe? Why are you believing all this? So, truthful ones always calling some other ones liars, but they are watching television and they are believing 100%. And when you say to them, there's some smell coming out from here, something is wrong, don't believe. So, no, you crazy? The television said. And the newspaper went. That is the news. Yes. So you are not a believer really. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His Prophet saying, be careful from the vision of a believer. Watch. Be careful from the vision of a believer. Because a believer looks with the nur of Allah. You cannot fool that one. He may make you think that he just got fooled, but he will not get fooled. Especially if the dunya is involved, he is not really caring. Because you're going to cheat him, he knows the reality, that he is going to leave this dunya and go anyway. He is busy with akhirat. The intelligent man is that one who is busy with his akhirat. It's not how much you have in this world, no. How much you have in akhirat. How rich you are in akhirat. What are you sending to your grave? That's the most important thing the believer has to be busy with in this 3 days life. Your life is 3 days, yesterday, today, and tomorrow. This is what you have to be busy with. And if you are busy with this 3 days life, then definitely that time you're going to run to become a good servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You're going to run to do what Allah is ordering you to do. And you're going to run away from the actions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forbid you from. You cannot be believer at the same time to go and to steal. You cannot be a believer. The faith cannot stay in your heart at the same time you're going to go to kill. Is it accepted in Islam, killing? No. Today everyone is declaring something, taking the guns and running in the street and killing people. Saying, I decide this one is unbeliever. MashaAllah. Who gives you the right to go to kill them? Allah saying. Or Allah saying to you, go and be influenced to that one. Teach that one. Show the way to that one if you know so much. So, the foundation is shaking now from its place. And everything is falling down. From individuals' life, families, countries, nations, and the whole world is falling. And people rise. Showing that still people didn't understand. Showing that people, they didn't still really understand what kind of trouble they are falling into, and from where they're going to fix that trouble. As Holy Prophet saying, alayhi salatu wasalam, in Akhir Zaman, and you gotta listen to the Prophet. If you are not listening to the Prophet, alayhi salatu wasalam, you are not listening to the Quran Kerim. You're only taking some ayats to Quran Kerim the way that fits to your ego. Just like I say, too many people taking the ayats of Quran according to their own understanding, and they turning this world into a hell. So, you gotta listen. We gotta listen what Holy Prophet is saying to us. We have to follow his orders, not our ego. We're not going to go to say, oh, just like today's Wahhabi people saying, I have Quran and that's it. I don't need anything else. Your Quran understanding now is according to your own ego again. Who's your teacher? Who's teaching you that? Are you became prophet? No. The Quran came to the Prophet ﷺ to teach to those people that they have went out of the road, to show them the road again. They were just sitting and watching the Prophet ﷺ. What Prophet is ordering to them, what he's saying to them. And those who reach to safety, they didn't say, I took the Quran and I find safety. They hold on to the Prophet ﷺ, and they reach to the safety. They reach to the highest station. They became Sahabi Kiram. And no man is going to reach to that station. But once upon a time, there were people with so many mistakes. They were living in Jahiliyyah. They were committing every sin. That's why Holy Prophet is saying to them, to us, you cannot be a killer. You cannot kill. You cannot steal. You cannot lie. You cannot cheat. While the faith, it is in your heart. The faith and the kufr cannot stay in the same heart. Holy Prophet is saying to us. When you are making intention to go to do the wrong action, so many signs comes to you on the road, saying this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. But the man is closing every door, every window to those signs, and running to fit things according to his ego, and is running and doing the wrong action. And while you are doing that wrong action, Holy Prophet is saying, that time the faith, it is not in your heart. Faith just left your heart. Faith just came out from your heart and is circling on your head. Because the kufr and the faith cannot stay in the same heart. So the faith came out and the kufr entered. And you went and you did that action with your knowledge. Yes. You did the wrong action with your free willpower. You use your willpower. But Allah Jalla wa Ala didn't give you the willpower to make you to run to do what your ego wants. He gave you the willpower to use it against your ego. When your ego is going to direct you, is going to push you, is going to show you wrong actions, to fight back to your ego and to say, no, this action Allah doesn't like. His Prophet doesn't like. It doesn't fit to the mankind. You cannot do this. You have to stop yourself on that. That's why you have the willpower. And if you don't use it, yes, with your own willpower, you run to do the wrong action. And yes, you put in your direction toward hell that time. Allah doesn't put you to hell, but you put yourself into the hell. As we say in the beginning, Allah loves you and He has created you. But what kind of answer are you giving back to that love? How you are saying? Are you saying to Allah, you love me and you created me and I love you back? No, you're not saying that. Because if you are, the sign of the love, not the word. The sign of the love is the action. What Allah said to you, do this. Oh, Ya Rabbi, you love me and you created me. Definitely this is good for me. Let me run to do. And Allah has ordered you to stop from these actions. And you will run to stop from those actions. You cannot be doing, as Holy Prophet is saying, what? You cannot be committing the wrong action while the faith is in your heart. And the faith comes out from your heart. Holy Prophet is saying, faith comes out from your heart until you realize and you ask forgiveness. Or in another way, just you regret what you did. It is by yourself, you said, I wish I didn't do this. That time the faith comes back into the heart. Otherwise, the faith is out. If you die during that time, Holy Prophet is saying, you are dying in the Jahiliyyah time, meaning there is no faith, and you die as a unbeliever. That's how people, they believe, they live, but they cannot go out from this world sometimes as a believer. They go out as an unbeliever. And what we say in the beginning, today we are believer. Your aim is for tomorrow is to run to become believer again. Your priority is to keep your shahada, saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Doesn't matter what is your nationality. You can be American or you can be Arab. You can be Pakistani or you can be Hindi or you can be Bengali or Turkish or Kurdish or whatever you call yourself. This shahadat brings you together. This shahadat is the glue that brings everybody together. If you don't have this shahadat, that time you're going to run to put your nationality up. Then you're putting yourself down. You're putting yourself to the fire. So Holy Prophet is saying to us, what he's saying to us, we have to take, we have to put it top of our heads. We have to keep it for our own safety. Holy Prophet sent to this world to show us how to live in this world and how to go out from this world and how to reach to the judgment place clean. If you are not reaching to the judgment place clean, you lost it anyway. Allah Jalla wa Ala Subhanahu wa Ta'ala created you human. He called you Hazreti Insan. He gave you a title to be his Khalifa. He made his angels to make sajda to you. Jibril alayhi salam even making sajda, all other angels making sajda to you, and you are busy with the nonsense of this world, the world that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't give any value. You are busy with that. You are keeping that a priority. Oh, Sheikh, we need the world too. Of course you need the world. Of course you have to work to live in the halal borderlines. But do you think that you have to be slave to this world? No, you don't. You have to run to get your sustenance, what Allah gives to you here and there. But you have to run to be a servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Not to be slave to the world. Majority people became slave to the world. From workers to bosses, from porters to the presidents, from shepherds to the kings. Today's people, they turn to become a slave to the world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the world and everything in it for our service. He created us for his service. If we are keeping his service, if we are watching what he's saying to us, do these actions and run away from these actions, he will dress you with another secret dress that he gives you a power that you say, kun fayakun, be. Things happens to you. Otherwise, nothing happens to you. And the nations of Islam today running to the doorsteps, begging in the doorsteps of unbelievers, running to the doorsteps of America or Europe or United Nations and begging help. From who? From crusaders. From the crusaders that they plan and they make crusades to destroy Islam. Wake up to yourself. And don't think that the nations are going to wake up until you wake up. You are the part of that nation. You are an individual that making that nation. If you are not waking up, Shaitan is continuously going to whispering to you, and Shaitan is going to keep you busy with some other things. You're not going to be knowing and understanding what Allah wants from you, subhanahu wa ta'ala. What He has dressed you with, what kind of power He is preparing to give to you, and what is it that you're just throwing it away. And for what reason? For this dunya or for your ego? If you are one of them, you are the biggest fool. Wake up, turn around, ask forgiveness. The door of forgiveness is still open. This is the month of Rajab, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgiving His servants more than all other months. More mercy is raining during this month to His servants. Whatever mistakes that you are doing, turn around and ask. You will be finding if you're asking sincerely that you will be forgiven. Otherwise, live as you like. This words that you just heard is for me, not for you that time. Say, the man is talking to himself. You can make a joke. You can say he is crazy. You can say he is liar. You can say whatever you want. He's not going to bother you, believe me. But one day, you're going to understand right and wrong. Make sure that when you understand it is right and wrong, you are not falling into the wrong side. Make sure that you are on the right side when you understand, yes, these words, they were right. Or the right ones and the wrong ones, they're going to understand one day, yes, that was right. What do you think? Do you think those people that they're calling themselves monkey, they're calling themselves, they came from monkey to this world, you think they always going to believe that way? Huh? One day they're going to know, oh, we had a creator. We had the Lord that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us. And how fool we were, that we thought that we were monkey, that Allah made us. He called us Hazreti Insan. He called us my Khalifa. He made angels to make sajda to us. And we call ourselves monkey. Look at the regret that they will have in that time. But sometimes some regrets, it will be too late. Wake up before it's too late. Wake up and turn around and say, Ya Rabbi, I am weak servant, forgive me. I am hearing here and there sometimes, in these days especially, people physically calling me and saying to me, Sheikh, you're being too tough, you're being too rough. It's really bothering us. It's really, I like the way you speak, but it's very heavy that I say. We have no time. We have no time left. We have to talk more harder. For you to wake up, because you're falling into this heedless drunkenness station. The heedlessness, the drunken station that, you know, I used to deal with people that they were taking some drugs all the time. I used to see them all the time around me, and they coming time to time, they were just up, waking up, and I was just wondering, and said, why they are waking up now, why they are so up. Did they take cocaine or heroin? Because if they're taking cocaine, they will be up like this and moving around more. If they're taking heroin, then they're going down, walking like that. So I was watching and I was saying, so I'm watching the people now say, which one you taking now? The cocaine or heroin? You look like you are up, but your physical form is up. And after I finish the sohbet, I'm saying a couple of words. What? Ocha, what are you saying? What was the sohbet? You were just here. So it is necessary for you, yes, for me to speak like this, to wake you up, wake myself up at the same time. I cannot even sleep because I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's judgment day today. Maybe it's going to be tomorrow morning. Everyone is so busy with Mahdi. Believers, some believers, they are so busy with Mahdi. Mahdi is going to come, he's going to give this. Yahoo, believe Mahdi, wait for Mahdi, but don't forget Azrael may come to you tonight. What did you send to the grave? That's what you're going to find there. What you are busy right now. Your heart is busy with the shahadat, saying La ilaha illallah. That's what it is. If your heart is not busy with that, if your heart is not busy with shahadat, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think that the angel of death is going to come to you saying, oh, your highness, I am the angel of death? You didn't reach to that station, so he's just going to come to you unexpectedly. He's giving sound to you before, but you close every door, and he's going to reach to you unexpectedly. Whatever you are busy with, that's what you're going to find. If you are busy with shahadat, if you are busy with yourself, if you are busy with correcting yourself, that's what you're going to find. You're going to say, oh, this incident happening to me, my heart is hurting, my stomach is hurting, my head is hurting, this happening. it may be the angel of death. Let me just say shahadat more. That's what you're going to say. Otherwise, what the Holy Prophet say? The way you live, that's how you will die. Meaning, that whatever you are busy with, that's how you're going to die. The way you die, that's how you will be buried. The way you will be buried, that's how you will rise to the judgment day, judgment place. Once upon a time, after Isa alayhi salam, I'm always saying this, I'm always going to say, for you to understand, Isa alayhi salam, he is taken from this world to the paradise. So many ignorant alims, scholars, they are saying, no, it's not physically. They are saying, oh, they are even asking one of the top officials of some governments, top official religious figures, they are saying, I was shocked, I'm looking to find that guy one day and I will fix it. And he was saying, he's writing somewhere in Diyanet magazine, top official, saying this, especially this sheikhs, they are saying that Isa alayhi salam went up to paradise and is living in paradise. So in their calculation, it is almost 2,000 years, past 2,000 years. So he said, I will ask them what Isa is eating and drinking in paradise and how he is taking care of his toilet method. This question is asked, saying by one of the top officials of the religious figures. So at that time when I'm looking at the normal people, I said, well, I still have to be very leaning on them, but I have to bombard you a little bit because those who's listening on the television, somebody called me today and he said, Seyh is a little bit tough what you're saying. I said, I know. But to wake up people, that is necessary in these days because we don't have too much time left. So Isa alayhi salam, when he is taken to paradise, and right after his Hawariyun, some of his followers, they're going around and they are trying to teach people, they are trying to show people what Isa alayhi salam brought to them, what he teach to them. And one came to one village and he started talking about Isa alayhi salam, and they were all believers in that village, and they say to him, well, why should we believe you that you are following Isa alayhi salam? He said, I was. And I said, you was, but how can we believe you? We know that Isa alayhi salam, he raised dead people. So he said, if you were living with him, you should be powerful enough, learn for that secret from him to raise people from the dead. That is the time we believe you. That one start thinking, saying, Ya Rabbi, I am not Isa. But these people, they are asking, they are putting question to me that they are right. So, you are the one who give the power to Isa alayhi salam to raise the dead man to become alive. And the reason that he gave to him, because he wanted to show, he had to show some miracle for them to learn. And now these people, they are asking the same thing. I am not Isa, but I am depending on you. If you want these people to find the right way, please do something. I am turning to you. And he said to them, okay, would you believe if you see a dead person coming out from the grave, would you follow me, what I say to you? I'm going to teach you what Isa alayhi salam is teaching, what I learned from him. They said, of course. Says, in that case, let's go to the cemetery of the village. So they came to the cemetery. Look at that one's faith. That's what is important. Is faith, his faith to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His faith is not to Isa alayhi salam, his faith is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our faith is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not to the Prophet. But yes, our faith and everything is for our Prophet that's showing to us how to live and how to believe, how to worship to our Lord Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he is coming to the cemetery and saying, Ya Rabbi, if you want these people, and if there is these people, there is worthy one among them that they're going to come around with this, show them some miracle. And I'm asking you to raise some dead people from the grave. And because he was believer and he trusted in Allah. Allah Jalla wa Ala raised one person getting up from the grave. And they all looked and they believed. They said, oh, now on, we gotta follow you. But the story is, we're taking this part for us. That when that man, he got up from the grave, he was screaming, looking around, saying, where's my donkey? Where's my donkey? He's looking for his donkey. So that one is looking, saying, this one was busy with donkey. When the angel of death came to him, he died that way, and he rise to judgment place. He's going to rise judgment place, looking for his donkey. Look for your donkey. Where is your donkey? Where your donkey is leading you. Your donkey is your ego. Are you sitting on your donkey, or your donkey is sitting on your shoulder? If it's sitting on your shoulder, you are not any better than that man who got up from the grave. If you are sitting on your donkey, make sure you're holding the reins in your hand and watching difficult roads, because you gotta watch, you gotta pass through Sirat. So watch where you're going. You need a guide. Hold on tightly to the guide. Don't let it go, because Dajjal is about time now and it is coming out. Mahdi is coming out right after Dajjal is coming out. That is the test going to be for everyone. Test will be for those that who's not shaking now. That is the time they may shake too. The world is going to continue a little bit like this more. You're going to see extraordinary power coming out from the hand of that child. Watch what you are doing, which side you are holding tightly. Just like people coming in the time of the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet came and he was the Prophet of the prophets. He was Rahmatan lil Alamin. He was the mercy for all mankind. And when he said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Abdul wa Rasuluhu, all those that they were believing him, all those that they were loving him, they turn around, they start throwing a stone to him. They start calling him a liar. Watch how liar you are. Those that they were sincere with themselves, they turn around, they start thinking, they say, Muhammad never lied to us. Why is going to lie about this? Why is going to lie about this as to us to say, don't worship to idol, but worship to Allah? There is nothing for him to gain in this. And they came around. But so many, they drove stone to him. How many days? How many days? How many years? 13 years in Mecca. Don't think that you reached to anywhere else. 13 years in Mecca. 13 years in Mecca, those people, they know all his life. 40 years they know. They know that Muhammad al-Amin. 40 years they know that. As soon as he said, La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah, they turn around, they start throwing stone to him, they calling him liar, they calling him all this. But they were around him. Do you think that that is not going to happen to Mahdi alayhi salam? What kind of test the Mahdi alayhi salam is going to pass through? Yes. Mahdi alayhi salam is passing through to every prophet, that some incident that reached to some prophets, Mahdi alayhi salam is passing through. Mahdi alayhi salam is experiencing. And yes, Prophet alayhi salam, 13 years to those people, is speaking the truth to them. 13 years they calling him a liar. He was patient 13 years, going back to them, saying the truth. 13 years they were calling him a liar, they were cursing at him, they were insulting him. He didn't give up. 13 years. When he went to Medina, his test is different there. So, difficult days waiting for us, right in front of us. It's not that easy. Very difficult days waiting for us. Wake up to yourself, Understand where are you, which side you are holding on to, which running station you are, for what you're trying to change and what you're changing for. Watch your values, understand who you are and what you are, and why you are living. You will understand that time, and hold on tightly, because that child is coming to give you what your ego wants it. Just like those people saying to me, Seyh, you're being very hard on us. They're going to say, that child is very easy on us. That child is coming to give us anything we want. They're going to. That's exactly what that child is going to do. He's going to fit everyone's ego. Yes. That is his job. And the deputies of Mahdi alayhi salam, the real deputies, their job is to give the proper warning to the people and to themselves, saying, this is what is waiting for you. This is what is waiting for me. But the worst is that we may not reach to tomorrow. Tomorrow, it is a question mark, unknown. We don't know if we're going to live by tomorrow. So live today correctly, finish today correctly, make intention to live for tomorrow for Allah's sake. Even if you don't know nothing, doesn't matter. Make your intention correct. You will find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put things in front of you right way. Ve min Allahu tevfik, ve hürmetil Habib, ve hürmetil Fatiha. Amin. Let's renew our faith.